Here we are, my car. It's 9:55 a.m. and this is the glamorous life of a YouTuber. I gotta get my brakes done on my car. Got the squealing happening, which means the brakes need to get replaced. Not really I'm not a car guy, and I always feel like I'm getting taken advantage of when I get my car worked on. It's the unknowing. I don't like not knowing what's happening. And I also don't like the fact that, you don't know if they're telling you the truth. I hate cars. I hate getting my car fixed. I hate mechanics. That's the point. It's 10 a.m. I'm going to spend the day at the Franklin Mills Mall, which I just realized now that the movie theater is closed. So I don't know what the hell I'm going to do all day. Here we are, the Franklin Mills Mall. Remember, if you call it the Philadelphia Mall, whatever the hell it's called, you're an asshole. Gotta call it the Franklin Mills. The mall does not open till 11 a.m. It's now 10 a.m. There's a Dave & Buster's down there, but everything else in this section of the mall is pretty much closed up until you get to Calvin Klein here. That's the new name of the mall, the Franklin Mall, not the Franklin Mills. It's the Franklin Mall. Yeah, I'm recording this in the beginning of April, and since the last time I was here, they lost what I would consider to be somewhat of an anchor store, the Turn 7, which is like a weird clearance store. They closed down. March 9th was the last day here at the Turn 7. And then they have another store closing right here, Forever 21. They are all closing. And I remember Forever 21, this store was closing a few years ago, and then I think somebody purchased it to keep it open. Might even be the Simon Group, the people who used to own this mall. That's what they were doing for a while. The mall was owned by a group called the Simon Group. And what they do is they were buying stores that were going out of business. Simon Group bought JCPenney's, they bought Forever 21, I believe they got Brooks Brothers. Basically what I've been seeing so far are mall walkers and mall employees. I'm here so early the bathrooms are locked. That's why I came over here, is to go to the bathroom. And I'm going to have to piss in the parking lot. How exciting. I have a feeling when the mall opens, it's going to be about this crowded. Oh, hidden treasures. They are extremely well hidden. There he is. You dumb bastards. That's not a schooner, it's a sailboat. And at one point, this mall was the longest mall in the United States. I think building a mall, a very long mall, is kind of dumb because people don't walk all of it because it's so big. The mall is over 1 million square feet, 15 football fields long, and so you get your steps in when you walk this mall. But if I was a shopper and I wanted to go to Five Below, which is here, the odds of me walking all the way down to the other end where Dave & Buster's are, probably wouldn't happen. This is the food court at the mall. 20 minutes before it opens, you have this place, the Halal Grill. And then recently, the Sbarro's closed. And this Sbarro's has been here. Well, I worked in the mall in the mid-90s, and I would always come to the Sbarro's Pizza. And they left all their monitors up there. And then right here is a little Tokyo. The chicken is banging, yo. And all of this used to be fast food, McDonald's, Arthur Treacher's. There is Chinese food here. Over here, there was some more Chinese food. All of that's closed. So right now we have Little Tokyo, Popeyes, Charlie's, and the grill, the Hala Grill, which, for the size of this mall, there are definitely malls that are deader than this mall that have a bigger selection at the food court. Usually when I get my car fixed, or if I get something worked on my car while I'm here, what I would do is I would go to the movies. But recently, this movie theater closed down. This was, I think it was the AMC theater. Now there's another theater, I don't know, like a mile down the road. I guess I could Uber there if I want to go see a movie, but I don't even know what movies are out. So we're just... What do you do with this space, right? Did they leave the screens? Can you... Maybe the Philadelphia Film Festival could buy this theater. Wouldn't that be great? The AMC 14, it's closed. There's the old ticket printer. And unlike Sbarro's, they did take their monitors. Yeah, near the end of this theater, the ticket office wasn't even open. You would go inside to the concession stand to buy your tickets to the movies. Well, I can't remember the last movie I saw here. Maybe Toy Story 2. I got this one sign. Yeah. And at the end of this mall, they used to have an entrance to the Walmart here, but that is no longer open. And the doors do not open at this end of the mall or the opposite end of the mall. And right up here, it still says Philadelphia Mills. It's no longer a mill, it's a mall. And we're gonna go kill some time in Walmart. I don't know. They do this thing now where everything's behind glass. So if you want to get, like I wanted to get allergy pills. It's allergy season, you know? All the allergy pills were behind glass. So I hit a button to call somebody to come get my allergy pills. My little Benadryl, you know? It took about 10 minutes for somebody to come get me my medicine. And I saw an employee. I said, hey, you got the key for this? And she's like, no. And she started walking away. And I said, before you walk away and leave me unsatisfied, could you possibly get someone to help me? You know, you don't want to leave a customer waiting. All right, we're back at the mall. Mall still has it open.
Attention holiday shoppers. Just a reminder that Santa will be leaving the Sears Court at 9 p.m. and the mall will be closing tonight at 10. 'Tis the season.
I've always been a last minute kind of guy.
I'm going to do a little experiment while I'm here. I'm going to count all the vacant stores. So you got the movie theater, that's 1. FYE, that's 2. This was a cell phone store, that's 3. The bus token store, that's 4. And the GNC, which used to be here, that's 5. When this mall first opened, there were 125 stores in this mall. 2 food courts. There's now only 1 food court. So from here, from Five Below down, you have 5 vacancies. All right, here's 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're at 14 vacant stores. All right, so now we're at 15, 16. And with the GameStop just closing down, that will be 17. Next to GameStop is vacant. So that will be 18. And next to that store was the old Modell's, which will make us 19. We have 20 across the way, 21, 22 vacant stores just in the first corridor. I made a video counting the vacant stores in this mall about 7 years ago, and I think the number was 22. Give it 1, 2, 3. That wall used to be a store, used to be a Arby's or something. 4, 19. Ain't nothing else back there. 19, and that's it. That's it. 19 closed stores in the Franklin Mills Mall. And where those people are is 24. And then right here was the old Payless shoe store, and that's 25. This used to be a bank. So this is 26. This store here, this is where everybody in the mall would do their banking, and you would drop off your deposits in here. There used to be a Citizens Bank ATM. So we're at 27 with this store, which was a jewelry store. 27. And then right here is 28. It's like a cookie shop, a little cookie ice cream shop. That's closed. It's 29. Wow. And then right here was like a little kid's dress and suit shop. And that's 29 vacant stores. Now in the middle portion of the mall, which is kind of at the beginning stage of the middle portion of the mall, I would say this is where the majority of the stores are. Not many vacancies. Here it is. 30. This was the old Haynes factory outlet. 30 stores. If we get to over 50 vacancies, which I think we do have in this mall, that's crazy. Oh, here goes the shoe people. We avoid them. We avoid them. We don't want them to polish our shoes. And a lot of the stores aren't even open yet. It's Monday morning. And you got this store was closed. There's a few other ones back there. It's just not worth it to open up this early on a Monday. Here we are. 31. Let's check out the Easter Bunny. Just having a good time. Yeah, I never, oh, there you go. Easter Bunny's taking photos. How you doing, Easter Bunny? Good seeing you, cuz. Here comes Peter Cottontail. Back there is an old restaurant. That's closed. That's 32, 33, 34. 34 stores. We're at the halfway point. This is the halfway part of the mall. Down here where this TV screen is, there used to be a giant Ben Franklin head. And every hour on the hour, his collar to his shirt would drop, and these little marching band would walk around, and they would play a song, and then Ben Franklin would give a speech like, fish and visitors are the, you know, they both stink after 3 days, whatever the hell he said. Ben Franklin. Burlington Coat Factory. I don't go in here no more because it's like a nightclub. It's like a Studio 54, and the only reason they let you gotta wait 10 seconds to go in, and then they have to invite you in like a vampire. I don't go to stores that you have to be invited in. I feel like they make what happened to me in Walmart, where I was trying to buy my medicine or my allergy pills, and like I feel like they treat all the citizens like criminals, and I don't know. I just feel like we're treated poorly. So there's vacancy 35, 36. We're still in that mid portion of the mall, so there's not many vacancies. But I do notice that some of the stores, like the Super Bella, VIP Fashions, like they're not name brand stores. That's another non-name brand store. You got Saks off of Fifth Avenue right there. This store's been here for a long time. I used to work. I had several jobs in this mall. I worked at the Fudgery, I worked at Babbage's, I worked at American Tourister, I worked at Nordic Track, I worked at the Slut Photos, I worked at the Walmart, not as a Walmart employee, but 38, I worked at the Walmart, 38, where else did I work? Nordic Track, Slut Photos, GameStop, I worked at GameStop for a day. I had a lot of jobs in this mall. All right, we got 39. We're definitely going to be above 50 stores. Wow. Prom dress store. Used to be a sneaker store. You can see the racetrack on the floor. There's another one. 40 vacant stores. With Forever 21 closing, well, we're at 70% off some items, so they probably got a few weeks left, but not many. And right here next to the mid-mall massage, you got vacant store number 40. And then turn 5 is 41, or turn 7 is 41. Yeah, Zales has been here for a long time. They've been here since I worked here. 42. That's 42. And then this whole, pretty much this whole strip, I would say is at least 40% vacant. 42, 43, 44, 45. 45 vacant stores at the Franklin Mills Mall. They call it the Philadelphia Mall now. That's what they're calling it. Used to be Liberty Bell Racetrack. Used to be a racetrack for horses. And then they tore that down, built this mall, opened up in 1989. Real big deal when this mall opened up. There's number 46. And then we're coming up to what used to be the second food court of the mall. 47. This just recently closed. This was like a cookie store. I have no idea how they stayed open. It's no longer the Franklin Mills, but you can still get the Mills news. 46, 47. And there used to be a store back there. That's 48. And then pretty much after this Calvin Klein store, you don't have anything open. And then you come over here, and this is our 50th vacancy in the mall. That's 50. And then right here is 51. Right here is 52. CMS just recently closed. That's 53. And the tax service place, which would be open now, that's closed. So we're at 54, 55, 56. And then if you come to this wall, there is a whole other section of the mall that's completely walled off. You used to have Sims. I think that was like a men's clothing store. There was a Farmore. This used to be a skate park and a military recruiting. So let's just add on 5. So we're around 60. And then right here was an old Chinese restaurant. It's about 61 vacancies. So it says when this mall first opened, there was 125 stores. And now 61 of them are vacant. So that would mean almost 50% of this mall is unoccupied. Doesn't classify it as a dead mall. To be a dead mall, you got to be like, I think it's like 60 to 70% vacant. So, yeah, this mall is definitely not going to be around. Well, it's going to be around. You could maybe, what they did with the wall there, they could probably do with the wall at some other sections. And then you probably, what you do is with the long sections that are vacant, you maybe tear them down and you build some apartments. And if you check out the outside of the mall, back there is an abandoned gym. All the way down was a movie theater that's now a church. So that's closed. Used to have some restaurants around here. They're gone. That was a Bugaboo Creek, and it was a medical office. Now that's closed. retail's dying. Not everywhere, but it's dying here, which doesn't make sense because, well, there's a lot of crime that happens in this mall. I think that's one of the things is there occasionally you'll have shootings in here, and not that it happens all the time, but you have shootings and shoplifting, and some people just don't want to come here. So there's another mall called the King of Prussia Mall, which is the busiest mall in Pennsylvania. I think it's the third busiest in the United States. And that mall is doing good, but not this mall.